Welcome to Change-Paced Poetry number 39. I'll be reading from In Vitro, new short rhyming poems post 9/11. One poem only is called Love Seat. Love Seat takes place in Miami, Florida, actually Coral Gables, and the time is early spring, a little bit chilly but not all that cold in Coral Gables. So this is written from the point of view of a small child, age 5 or so. He clearly does not understand what is going on. I think that's enough of an introduction, so let's move on with the poem, Love Seat. When Dad came home with his new operation, I begged and begged to see his new scar. Fed up, I guess, with my one conversation, he hiked his PJ top. A handlebar wide as my trikes, I almost upchucked lunch. It knifed along his belt line, thin and pink, and crossed the up-down scar, a 1-2 punch. No wonder he still lay there on the blink. Mother insisted, since his tummy ached, I could not lounge beside his long, warm thigh, 'cause when I did, the bed just quaked and quaked. I first must learn to be a quiet guy. That I could practice by myself, alone, on her slick love seat, slick and cold as stone. Real soon you'll learn enough that you can read all by yourself, Dad said, and find it fun. He seemed to want to get me up to speed in reading well before the day is done. Day is done? That was 3 whole weeks ago. Since Dad came home with his new scar, he said a lot of things that had an undertow like rising surf, all drip sand castles dread. Strong readers benefit at every turn, he said. Your skills and knowledge both will zoom. So keen was his desire for me to learn to read, free of stumbles, it filled the room. Dad, Mother's love seat is so slick and cold. My fanny slips and slides. I can't grab hold. Aye, aye, he said. Come round, my little guy, and fetch a pillow over there for you, and bring your mother goose, so we can fly imagination's wings and see the view. Just watch your elbow, I don't need a jab. See well enough? Let's swing the headboard light. Do you feel ready? Want to take a stab and read to me? No? That's all right. Dad, I know Jack and Jill went up the hill, but reading words is tougher than just knowing. Aha, then shut your eyelids if you will, just knowing what across your eye is flowing. I see they've gone to fetch a pail of water. Excellent, your just knowing eyes a spotter. Now, eyelids closed, what does your knowing eye see next? Jack fell down and broke his crown. What's crown? Top of your skull. It can apply to a king's hat or a kingdom's biggest town. You spoke from memory words you spotted there. No trip, no falter. How did you do that? From pictures in my eye, floating in air, and words that called out high in nothing flat. You see, those words made bridges, and they drew you on, called you to cross them, all within your inner ear and eye, gave you that new word crown. Do I see just a little grin? Word pictures plus their voices' friendly highs will guide your tone, and I can rest my eyes. Now, I want to invite you to my website, jamiesonspoetry.com. You'll find there the text of this poem and the text of the previous reading on change-pace poetry. And I will do one section of the book on each page of the website. So I invite you to go there, and you can see the text and maybe hear the reading a little more clearly with the words in front of you. Also, you'll find a book called Making Metaphor Poems by Simile and Rhyme. It's a book designed for high school teachers who want to bring poetry alive in their classroom, because with the literary sources they have, they may not be able to do that. That's to bait you. So I invite you, come see this reading again at Jamieson's Poetry, and take a look at Making Metaphor Poems by Simile and Rhyme. You'll also find my first book there, 21st Century Bread. So with that, I thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you next week.